Hi friends, welcome back to my channel SciTech. In this video, I'm going to do the touch sampling rate comparison test between the Realme GT Neo 2 versus the Mi 11X device. So this is the most requested question asking me to compare both phones. So this video, I'll try to include the single finger touch sampling rate test and multi-finger touch sampling rate test. Yes, there's two different results we'll be getting every time whenever you try to do this kind of touch sampling rate, single finger and multi-finger. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate each and every small details about the touch sampling rate. So first, let's see the official statements from the Mi and the Realme, what they are claiming, how much we can actually get the touch sampling rate. In the official website, you can actually see the details where the Realme did mention the touch sampling rate 600 Hz. So, but let's see what default, how much we are getting actual value. And whereas the Mi 11X is mentioning as 360 Hz touch sampling rate, you can clearly see this is the touch sampling rate, and they did not mention anything related to instant touch sampling rate or peak touch sampling rate, nothing at all. For example, if you try to visit the iQOO 7's page, in the iQOO 7 they did clearly mention that 1000 Hz instant. They should have mentioned something like this: instant is 600 Hz and by default is 300 Hz or something like that, but they did not do that. So right now you can clearly see what is happening, and even it's very strange not to find any kind of details regarding the LPDDR RAM type, whether it's having any kind of 4X or 5E. Because it's in the Mi 11 website, you can clearly see Mi 11X website. They did clearly mention each and every small details regarding specifications. I'm not sure why they are trying to hide, or not. I cannot find. I'll try to explain in another video. So make sure to stay tuned for those videos why I did mention. But overall, regarding the touch sampling rate, Realme did claim that the phone has got 600 Hz touch sampling rate, and the Mi 11X has got 360 Hz touch sampling rate. So first I need to show you the display settings, what type of refresh rate I'm trying to use, because that also plays a key role when you're trying to do this kind of testing. So I'll try to explain you why as well. In the display options, right, to go to the 120 Hz. So I'm trying to select the 120 Hz refresh rate in both phones. Clearly you can see high refresh rate. Now let me try to open the applications which I will be testing before, which is a Multitouch Test application. This is what I'm trying to demonstrate right now. I'm not using any kind of game turbo. There is no game turbo enabled, and you can see the number how much we are getting. We are getting about 480. As you can see, 480. Don't think the phone has got any kind of 480. The phone doesn't have any kind of 480 touch sampling rate, but you need to do the minus thing. So 480 minus refresh rate, how much the phone has got. Let me bring the calculator. So here's a calculator. So 480 minus refresh rate is 120. That's what I did enable. So 360 Hz touch sampling rate is the Mi 11X device. You can clearly see 480 minus. Always you need to do the minus with the refresh rate. That's the reason I did show you the refresh rate what I'm trying to use. Okay. So Mi 11X has got exactly by default. Let's check what is happening with the Realme GT Neo 2 device. Realme GT Neo 2, it's showing about 420. You can see clearly it's showing 420. Single finger gesture I'm trying to do. Even if you turn on the GT mode, okay, even if you do the gain space, whatever things you do, anything you do, this number cannot increase. So I tried 100 times different settings and multiple combinations and everything I tried in this application. This is not showing exactly the same values as Mi 11X device, and right now the value is showing about 420 minus 120. So we are getting exactly 300 Hz touch sampling rate. Few of the users that did mention that the phone actually has only 300 Hz touch sampling rate. It's not 600 Hz. 600 Hz is the instant touch sampling rate or maybe the peak touch sampling rate. Even if you look at the Flipkart specifications, it's very strange to see this kind of misinformation which is provided. In the Flipkart, they are saying that 300 Hz touch sampling rate, and in the bottom they also mentioned 600 Hz touch sampling rate. There is no word saying peak touch sampling rate or instant touch sampling rate, something like that, nothing at all. Because in the brightness, you can see they did mention the brightness, peak brightness. Why can't they mention that touch sampling rate, peak touch sampling rate? So it's so confusing, and I'm getting plenty of comments only on this number. But overall, 300 Hz and 360 Hz touch sampling rate, and this with a single finger and multi-finger, I'm trying to do the testing. Multi-finger, try to observe the number, how much is showing. It's showing about 460, 470. Four fingers also still it's showing 400 only, 420. Five fingers, the value became close to 360. The value became, as you can see, 360 minus 120 Hz refresh rate. So 240 Hz we are getting somewhere around that using the multi-finger. 5 fingers. That's the reason I thought of mentioning to you multi-finger. What is the meaning? 2 fingers, 3 fingers, and 4. The value became close to 340, and 5 fingers. The value came down to 300 exactly. Not yes 300. As you can see clearly. So 300 minus 120, I think if I'm not 180. Yep. So 180, I am very I'm not that good at mathematics, so 180 hertz that sampling rate we're getting using the multi-finger sometimes. Sometimes it's kind of close to 320 as well. So overall, maybe kind of close to 200, somewhere around that we are getting in terms of the multi-finger touch sampling rate. So this is one application which is very much useful to test it. And next application here, I'm going to test the touch sampling rate input, how accurate it is in terms of determining the more touch inputs. So first, let me to draw very slowly. I'm trying to draw. As you can see, very slow I'm trying to do. I'm trying to increase slightly kind of speed as well. So this is a speed which I didn't increase, and both phones are really good in terms of the recognizing, not bad. Now next step is to increase more speed. With full speed I'm going to do. So more touch inputs. You can clearly see more touch inputs which phone is recognizing. As you can see friends, more touch inputs. So slightly Mi11X is recognizing the more touch inputs little bit more. So just a little bit. I'm trying to do the multiple fingers as well to show you what is happening with the multiple fingers. So these are multi-finger gestures which I'm trying to do, 3 fingers and 4 fingers and 5 fingers. 5 fingers. You can clearly see what is happening with the 5 fingers, not bad. So now let's test the multi-finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 3 finger, 4 and 5. 5 fingers also not an issue. Just a little bit, this cannot be like huge difference I would say, just a little bit touch sampling rate, maybe slightly better. And in the Mi11X device, same thing even with the POCO F3 GT as well, I used to get exactly what the company is claiming, 360 Hz, and I'm getting 360 Hz as it is, as much as possible. So both phones are really smooth, nothing much huge difference you're going to find, just a little bit, not a huge I would say. So maybe the gamers, they should think about it, but still this is just a touch sampling rate only, not the refresh rate overall at the end of the day. But I just want to compare side by side friends what is going on between these both phones. You can see the difference how it is. I'm trying to show you the multiple times as well what is happening. So slightly kind of more touch inputs, little bit maybe in the Mi11X device. So that's it friends, this is a quick comparison between both phones, and in case if you have any other doubts regarding these two devices, let me know in the comment section below. Definitely I'll be able to do this kind of videos as soon as possible for you all. And the final thing is that Realme GT Neo 2 has got 300 Hz touch sampling rate and 600 Hz. I'm not sure where I'll be able to see that. So next in the Mi11X device which has got the 360 Hz touch sampling rate by default. So slightly better in the Mi11X device in terms of the touch sampling rate features. So that's it friends, thank you for watching this video and see you in the next video. I'll stay tuned for more updates. Meanwhile, signing off. Bye.